This is Tom. Tom figured out that programming is cool, so he wants to become a programmer. He started reading programming books, taking online courses, and watching YouTube videos just like you're doing right now. But after 2 weeks, his head cools down and Tom goes back to partying, playing video games, watching cat videos, just like you did last time you tried learning programming. Because life is actually okay without programming, and he forgot why bother with programming at all. And really, why learn programming? Knowing why will help you keep motivation high and prevent those breaks in learning. One of the reasons we stop learning, we make those breaks, is that it is difficult to see the progress we are making. Programming is difficult to start with, and it takes a lot of time, and I mean really a lot of time to get to some less painful position where you can actually see some progress. And you will almost always feel like there is something new to learn, because there is. And that is why it is very easy to lose motivation after some time. So not seeing any progress and benefits is one reason, but another reason is that we are going to change from tomorrow, from next Monday, right? We are going to drop everything in our life and start coding for 12 hours a day for the next 2 years. But do you think the world around you will just stop because you decided to become a programmer? No more movies will be made, no new video games will come out, and your friends will just stop having fun around you just because you wanted to learn something? And do you think you will have same motivation on the day 50 like you have on the first day? Most of us get hyped and we start to run at full speed. But programming is a marathon. It's not something that you can do for a month and then you're finished with it. It is a lifestyle, meaning you have to live like a programmer, learning all the time, and not just be a programmer for the next month and then you're going back to whatever you were doing before you got hyped, right? Have you talked to a car mechanic recently? Have you asked him or her why is he interested into mechanics? Majority of them will tell you that they just love motorcycles or cars. They just enjoy driving them, or maybe race with them, or they just enjoy styling or improving them in any sense. If they would not to be a mechanic, they would still be around the cars all the time. And I've asked this question on the Facebook group, and majority of you guys answered that you are motivated by just making stuff and in general being independent on what you do. That is why learning programming is easier for some people, or it looks like easier. Because if they would not be programmers, they would just be sitting by their computer or making some other things or messing around with things. Because for some of us, this is the perfect place to be. But how can you gradually change your habits and make sure to avoid those pauses after a few weeks? Well, firstly, you cannot just force yourself to learn something or to do something. You just don't have that willpower. Neither do I. Only Schwarzenegger and Elon Musk have that steel determination. And you and I are not like them, trust me. So we have to embrace that we are regular dudes and that we need some cool down time. Sometimes, especially if we burn out, we will need some cool down time, right? A week or a month maybe. You cannot force yourself, you can only motivate yourself. So give yourself some free time, but again try to keep the motivation up. So plan for the relaxation and some fun time in your life. So when you are dedicating time for learning, try not to give up everything else like you tried last time. Be realistic and dedicate small portions of time, either every day or just by having some deadline. But do not force yourself by giving everything up in your life. Take 1 hour daily and see how long it goes, how long you can keep it up. Set your calendar for that, but again, don't try to use a calendar like it's your slave master. Use your calendar as a realistic representation of what is possible, what can you actually achieve. The calendar works for you, you do not work for your calendar. I, for example, have 2 to 3 hours every day in the evening for something. And one day I would watch a movie with my wife, another day I would film these YouTube videos, and the next day I would continue with the course I need for work, or work on my own courses. In between all that I would study for the exams I'm taking. And based on that, I know that I might need 2 weeks, for example, to make one YouTube video. Or I would schedule the exams with some realistic dates, but not the dates I know that I will just not meet and just stress myself over failing over that. And also personally I like the work hard, play hard rule, so in those few hours I really focus on getting things out of the way. But when I'm not working, I don't even look at my phone for an entire day. I would just drive around with my motorcycle or hike out in the mountains with family and my boy, and sometimes I would just play video games. And the point is that you will need to prioritize what is most important to you and how bad do you want it. You will have to analyze your day-to-day life and then find something that you can reduce. Track what you use your time on for a few days. Just note down where is your time actually going. I'm sure you will be able to find some extra hours by giving something up. And no, you cannot give up your entire life like you tried last time, but something has to go if you want your lifestyle to change. You cannot just change who you are and at the same time not change what you do. So you will have gradually to kick some things out and replace them with some things programming related. Maybe reduce video games or reduce TV or going out or reduce social media, etc. And after a while you will start seeing progress and continuity. And make sure that you never say that you do not have time for this or that. You have all the time in the world, just like everybody else, but it's all about prioritizing. But if you think that you will change overnight and drop everything except programming, well, guess what? We go back to what we are used to. So how can we see the progress then, which will then motivate us more to continue? Well, the easiest is to incorporate something that we like, that is not programming related, something that is already in our lives, and combine that with programming. We cannot just learn programming just for the sake of learning it. We need to have a motivation to do it, to have a goal in mind, a goal that we will reach, but also we can measure our progress, how close to that goal we are. I am personally motivated by freedom. I want to be able to choose my own clients, my own projects, the people I work with, etc. And of course, financial independence is a huge bonus, to be perfectly honest. I talked about this before, and I worked in about 8 companies where I was very easily replaceable. And I had to tolerate bosses who would not pay me for an entire month at all, for example. And I had no money to hire lawyers or to get some help. So I wanted to be a specialist in something that will make me at least not that easily replaceable. So you need to find your own motivation and print it out on the wall. Or, for example, subscribe to an email search and get a weekly email on your favorite item, on something that you want to achieve, which will then keep reminding you why this is so difficult. So keep asking yourself, why do you want to learn programming? But really, why do you want to learn it? If you can figure it out, write me a comment. Because you will use a lot of time on learning programming. It will be the best if you can get a job in programming, or maybe in a quality assurance or testing or anything else that is computer related as soon as possible. And then your day will be sort of filled with programming things related. I made a video about this on how to find a programming job while still learning, and link is in the description. But if you can get a job in programming early, then you are practically committed, and then it gets easier. Not easy, but it gets easier. But my best tip is to learn on a project that is related to something you like, something that is not programming related. For example, if you like games and play, for example, World of Warcraft or whatever, just make a website listing your statistics. Or make some script that will automate something, but start with something simple and then continue from there. Or if you like photography or wine or food or movies or whatever, make a small tool that will help you with something, with anything. Imagine something up. And then incorporate your everyday interest into the programming, rather than the other way around. Then you will be able to see your progress by finding problems you can solve, rather than just following some book or some online tutorials. Also, you will have more fun by doing things you like. And believe me, you will need some fun while you learn programming. And in the end, just don't stress about it. You might need a bit more time, so be it. We can only do the best we can, and no one can expect more from us. As long as you're doing the best you can, just give yourself a bit more time and be persistent to it. Because in reality, there is nothing except yourself stopping you from learning to program. You just need to know why do you want to do it. Because everybody can become a programmer, including Tom.